Today on Our Story, I'm going to explain to you how to set up a bar for a cocktail party. Some of the glassware we're going to need, I'll start out with one that is very familiar to people. It is the martini glass, or it's called a cocktail glass, Manhattans, etc. The other glass that I think is a very important glass to have is a old-fashioned. This one is a double old-fashioned. There's no use getting the small one. It doesn't work. People just keep going back and forth to the bar anyway. The next glass you're going to need will be a highball. And the highball glass can also serve as a Tom Collins glass. The last glass you're going to need for just a regular cocktail party bar is a wine glass. So you should always serve either a white wine or a red wine. Depending on your furnishings, match the wine to your furnishings. If you are serving also at this cocktail party sweets and cakes or things like that, you're going to need a brandy or a liqueur glass. These two glasses come in very handy for sweets. The next thing you need is to always have the accoutrements for mixers, whatever they might be, a cocktail shaker, a strainer to strain after you've mixed everything up. This is a strainer. And then you will have a muddler, which is this spoon. What a muddler does is that you can put mint leaves and stuff in the bottom of a glass or a pitcher, and you smash the mint leaves to get the infusion of mint into the drink or whatever you're trying to muddle. And always have a pitcher of water handy for mixing. The next thing to have is your bar drinks that you're going to have, places to put all of your things like olives, onions, the little pickled onions, the lemons, and the limes. And of course, you always have to have ice. One of the things you should always have available at any cocktail party is coffee. Always have coffee handy for people who want coffee, and always have a soft drink handy for people who want soft drinks. At this point, I'm going to show you I collect decanters, so I prefer to have a lot of my liqueurs that I'm going to serve in a decanter. So if I'm serving a hard liqueur, and this would be like for bourbons and whiskeys and scotches and stuff. You can see by the shape of the decanter. It's quite heavy, it's quite a substantial piece. And then you get yourself a really neat funnel. You can also use Rubbermaid. That works just as well. And then you decant. So when you come up to the buffet, you will see all of them. You won't see any liquor bottles. What you're going to see is everything in a decanter. And so we would find what it is. So if it's a scotch or a whiskey, you have a label for it. These neat little labels, you can find them almost any place. The next thing, and I always say that it's at any dinner that you serve or anything like that, if you're serving a red wine, you want to actually decant the red wine. And the reason you do is you want the red wine to breathe and you want to get air into the wine. You'll find that this funnel has a strainer in it. And anytime you do wines, you should always use a funnel that has a strainer in it. So in honesty, this is another way where you can use your decanters, your collections, to actually show off what you're serving. It gives people a different feel of what you think of what you're serving. It gives it a nice touch that you've done a personal concept with. And it's time to party on Our Story.